Alright, I measured inside here. I need to cut these two studs. These are going to be my main nailers for right now. They're 91 inches. I got the generator going out there, but it's pretty loud. And I'm using the lights. So I'll use my, that's a little bit better actually. I'll use the wall, cordless. So I'll make these two cuts. Because I have to next plug in my compressor, and let it charge up so I can use my nail gun. Let's see how this thing works. That's what we wanted. And I will put them in here. Wherever I feel fit. So I'm going to measure out. I'll do this one over here first. Feet is right at the inside of this stud here. So I'm going to go to this point. And it's going to be a little bit bigger than 9 feet. We're going to wind up using an extra inch, 3/4 of an inch larger. But I'll put this, nail that at 3.5 inches away. And if you look, see what I'm talking about? By shooting this in here, like that, when I put my other wall up against here running this way, I have this board and this board to nail to once my wall is in there. That's a nailer. That may be called a purple stud, I don't remember. But let me get my compressor fired up, get the nail gun fired up, and I'll mark those off 3.5 inches while this is going on. It's going to be noisy. I had to let my neighbor borrow this last weekend. Okay, so I'm just going to use this block of cubiform instead of marking it, because I know this will work. And shoot these in. Son of a bitch. A fucking wasp that stung me. Ow. Man. That's been sitting in the barn. There's a wasp in there. Holy shit, that hurts.
Guess he thought that was a good place to find him. To have a nest was inside the nail gun.
Man.
Alright.
A lesson to be learned. Check your nail guns for wasps.
Oh, hold on, hold on.
Damn. It's swelling up. Drop a new ladder. Okay, let's see how I can do this. These are a lot easier to do if you do them beforehand. So you don't have to come back and do this. But fortunately, this nail gun has a nice angle for toenailing. What I did was toenail that in. So now I have a nailer. When I put my whatever board I put up, drywall, water board, because it's going to be a bathroom, whatever, I have something to nail it to. So let me go do the other side now. And because I didn't build this, I'm going to measure out 91 inches and hope that it comes up the same. Because if you look in here, that's what I'm talking about. They didn't bother doing one on here. They just bring it out to the end of the top and bottom plate. When I put this ball on, I got nothing to nail to. So I'm going to have to go to all four corners and shoot one in to these corners and do it the right way. But that's what you get when you pay somebody to do it and you don't do it yourself. So, oh, by the way, moment of celebration. Our first piece of wood will be nailed into our tiny home. Ta-da! The journey continues. So what I'm going to do now is I have my nailers in. I'm going to cut my bottom plate and my first top plate that will hold all my studs so I can set the wall up. The inside dimensions of this cabin they delivered, moving their square. I'm going to make it square. What we wind up with is 130 inches. So you get 10 feet 8 inches of interior space. 10 feet 10 inches of interior space. They can only haul 12 feet. And they count the 12 feet is how far the rope hangs over the side is part of that 12 feet. The widest part of the building going down the road can only be 12 feet. So this is a little less than 12. So what I'll do is mark these out at 130 inches. I picked the two straightest ones I could get. I'll make my cuts. Good to have holes sometimes. Very important tool, speed square. I would be lost without one. I'm telling you, you have to have a speed square. I have to have a level. I have to have a cranking tool. Oh, yeah. These are not, they don't have to be, you know, 1000% perfectly everything square, because it's just a rough end. We'll square it all up later. So what I'm going to do now is mark where all of my studs are going. And if I put both boards together, I can mark them both at the same time, lay them out, cut all my studs, put them in, stand the wall up. So I'm going 16 inches on center, which means my first stud is going on the end down there. And then I need to be 16 inches. Every 16 inches, I want a stud in the middle. And you can see a tape measure is marked. Those red squares are 16 inches on center. And your stud is going to sit like this, right in the middle of it. That way, if I've got a stud there and a stud, you know, I put up a 4-foot board, I know I've got 3/4 of an inch here to nail to, and I've got 3/4 of an inch here to nail to. My next drywall board will butt up to it, and I have 3/4 of an inch. That's why they have to be on center. So that by the time you get the length of this wall, these still should be every 16 inches. Again, I didn't build them, I don't know. But I'll tell you how it should be done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to my mark, and I'm going to put a mark 3/4 of an inch from every stud. And that's where I'm going to lay my 2x4s in. And then no matter what, after I get all these boards up, if you want to hang something on this wall, you got to put cabinets on it, or have a mirror, pictures, or whatever. You know, every 16 inches, you've got something to nail to. This, I have to put a double on because I don't have, you know, I do 3/4 of an inch here. That only leaves 3/4 of an inch out, so what I'll do is just put a double stud here on the very end. That covers me, that'll take me over 3 inches. So I'll be good on that. Now, what I have to take into consideration are two things. At 7 feet, this wall is going to also be my bathroom wall. It's going to come over 7 feet. So I may as well put in my nailer now, my triple stud or nailer stud, whatever you call it. I'll mark that on there where it's going to go, and I'll go ahead and nail that in now before I set the wall up. Because I know I'm going to put another wall in this direction. Also, I need 38 inches for my rough end for my door. So I will mark all of those out while I'm, you know, before I start nailing anything down. I'll have all that marked out so that I don't have to go back later and try to put pieces together. And I don't know if I can put a 36-inch door in here or not. I have to do some figuring out. So, because I need 38 inches. If I go 7 feet, that's where my wall is going to be. Right here. That will leave me 46 inches for a 36-inch door. I'll have